Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. This week, we're taking you to the Yard House and talking a bit about International Drive in Orlando. Live from the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida, this is The Trip. This is The Trip, episode 10 for the week of April 8th, 2015. The Trip is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect vacation, whether it be theme parks on the West Coast, East Coast, or on the seas. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Hey, everybody. We're here. Another week. We're here. Yay, exciting. Little show called The Trip. How you doing, Jenny Lynn?
I'm good.
I'm Teresa. I forgot to say that.
And I'm Jenny Lynn.
I forget who I am. Who's over there?
And then back there we have our associate producer, Craig Williams, and our assistant producer, Ryan Clavin.
Hello.
Where's Dustin?
Dustin West is out west on a trip.
Is he on an airplane right now?
Flying
on a jet
from the
plane.
west. I don't know.
Coming back
Is this
east.
where we bust into song? Anyway, he'll be back next week, and that'll be great. Be good to see him again.
I miss him.
Do you?
Deeply. All right. This week we're talking about our recent dining experience, and recent meaning just a few days ago.
Yes,
we
very
went out
recent.
to eat at the Yard House on iDrive.
It was a great experience.
It was fun. A lot of food.
So we'll be talking about that, bringing that all to you with a little bit of an extra flair.
Extra flair.
Yeah, I'm trying to build up anticipation for our
That's not working for me. All right, but before we get started talking about iDrive, I got an issue. That was smooth.
At least it didn't go to the next video.
I'm cool. It's all good. It's all good. All right, here's my issue.
Let's hear it.
It's sometimes it's an issue for me, and sometimes it's not. We went down on iDrive.
Yes.
Evening time.
We did.
It was a Monday night.
Yep. The sun was setting.
The sun was setting. Traffic was chaotic,
Yes.
as it normally is on iDrive.
Yeah, all the time.
And I don't know. I think if I were visiting from out of town or not used to driving in that traffic, I think that would be a big issue for me.
It's very stressful.
It's very stressful.
Stressful even when you're used to it.
Just trying to get to the Yard House, I saw two people waiting for the cops to arrive because they've crashed into someone else or a pole beside the road or whatever. It's an issue. And do you have a problem driving in traffic?
It depends. Usually I'm okay. When I first moved back to Florida, it took some adjusting. I'd lived 13 years in, Podunk, Virginia, where everybody's just kind of lollygagging along on the street. But, here it's a lot bigger paced, faster paced, and people are much more aggressive. I don't know. I just kind of...
Are you aggressive in the car?
became aggressive again, yes. So I think I hold my own.
Yeah?
I hold my own on the road. And I live very close to it, just 5 minutes from it.
So that's a daily thing for you.
I got to go through it all the time.
That's a daily thing for you. Rhino?
Yeah.
Talking to you over there.
Are you asking how long
No,
how
I'm
often
asking you how you
iDrive?
handle traffic. Are you an aggressive driver? Are you good at it? Does it freak you out? Does it stress you out? Tell us about it.
The traffic here is horrible, and it's because it's a mix of locals and people who have no clue where they're going because it's such a big tourist destination, and I hate it. I wouldn't say that I'm aggressive. I would say that I'm offensive. Offensive, not offensive. Yeah.
Gosh, I can't wait.
I am
Regularly.
I will not use a phone while I drive. I will not talk on the phone while I drive. I have to be listening to music, and you just have to stay in a zone because I am very much aware of traffic patterns in Orlando, like people that just swerve over for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
The directionals have all died in the state of Florida for some reason, so nobody uses a blinker.
Oh, mine didn't work.
They cut in front of you. And
Yeah, it's just so you really, and you know where it's going to happen the worst, too. And also, if you're on your toes, too, you know where, like, the extra lane's going to open up, and you know that nobody's going to go in that extra lane because they're all dum-dums. But, like, it's just, so I would say that I'm very on the ball, and I will say that I do get stressed sometimes, but not to the point where I'm like having a breakdown. It's just I get frustrated at other people. But I'm all about like safety. I'm a seat buckler, lock the doors, make sure I'm using my turn signal. I look everywhere. I check my blind spot a million times. I am because I don't want to be one of those people who I'm complaining about. So I am
Mama
very
would be
much
proud.
like,
Right?
See, I'm very loud in the car. If people are, can I say pissing me off? No,
You've said it
people
before.
are
well, you whispered it, so
irritating me, or getting in my way, or doing something I
Yeah.
don't think they should be doing. I'm very vocal about telling them.
Yeah.
But it's just in my car. Obviously, they're not hearing me, and my kids are always saying, they can't hear you. And I'm like, I don't care. It just makes me feel better.
I do that too, though. I have like a conversation where I'm like, oh, this must be happening.
Right. Oh, I do that
What's
too. I
going
do
on?
that. What the crap is that? Why are you doing that? Yeah, I'm always so.
I was gonna say, you know how when we go on trips, I always talk about I always want to be next to you because it's when you travel with Teresa, it's this constant stream of consciousness that comes out. She has a commentary on life as she passes through it, and it's the best thing to witness ever.
I don't do that.
Yes, you do all the time.
remember
It's
doing that.
fantastic. I love it. I've discovered that I do that when I'm in my car. Apparently, it's just limited in my car, but when I'm driving, my kids have made me aware of it, and they comment about how I'm constantly talking to everybody else
I'm talking
on the
to
road.
people. And then, now I started this when the kids were little just to keep them quiet and so they didn't bug me in the front seat. If we see, and they'll do it now on their own, if you're driving down the road and someone's walking along or doing something, you immediately give them a backstory as to why they're that way.
That's
cute.
exactly what I'm talking about.
So sometimes
with
I
you.
say it out loud, and and sometimes we argue about what the person really is like. So I don't know. It cuts the stress for me because driving is stressful in Orlando,
It is.
and I drive, even though I've been driving down there off and on for 8 years. It's still
It's hard. Like I live like near JL, like so we the problem is I just said like 42 times. That's a problem, but
how?
they have the best IMAX movie theater in Central Florida. It's the biggest one. It's a nice facility, but you have to, if I'm going to that theater, even though it's literally, if Google Maps will say, oh, this theater is 15 minutes from your current thing, I have to leave my house an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and 30 minutes ahead of time because I have to make sure I get there. You know you're going to go through all these lights. Is at least like 8 of them and in like a mile stretch, and then parking garage and whatever. It's just cluster.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I think you hit it on the nose when you're talking about it's a combination of people who are driving aggressively and then people who just don't know where they are. And then on International Drive especially, it becomes a bit more of a cluster because there are so many things on one road. So there's people constantly trying to turn off to get into places or pulling out to leave places. It's a constant changing rather than a direct flow.
And can we talk about the walkers? And I
And the
don't mean
pedestrian.
I don't
The
mean
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead. I mean the pedestrians.
Yes, they're all
with
over
the little
place.
kids holding on to mom's hand, but jumping in the air, and you think, okay, they're waiting, and I'm going to try to go through this intersection, but that little kid's going to break free and fly into my car because they're so excited to get across the street to get to the tchotchke shop.
I have to
you know?
throw out one of my biggest pet peeves about this area too, and it might be everywhere. I just have noticed it since I moved here. Is that people don't care about the hand or walk signal in a crosswalk or period. They just go. They just walk, and there's
They play frog.
the whole point. The way you don't have the go across the street is because people are turning left into the lane or something like
Right.
that, and it causes a backup, and it's just like a ripple effect. Like nobody cares about anybody else around here. That's how I feel about it.
That's the state of
Go
the
real
world.
dark. I'm sorry.
That's sad. That is true, though.
Well, again, I think it points to the idea that that's evidence that there's just a lot going on in that
Way
area,
a lot,
which
yeah.
actually kind of helps us segue into our trip talk.
But is that a thing?
That's the cue.
Oh,
Cue picture.
I'm already there. Sorry. Okay. Here you go. No sound for that. Sorry, gang.
That was awesome. That was smooth. All right.
Not, but okay.
All right, so we went and we did a dining. We went out dining together, and we're going to do a little review of this restaurant. This is actually our second one. I was thinking it was our first, but I had forgotten we'd done
Way back in the day on episode 2. Jeez.
8 episodes ago,
episodes
which I've
ago.
totally blanked out and forgotten. We did the Dandelion Cafe.
Yeah.
So we've got a little bit of we have a rating system that we've come up with. What was that?
What?
That wasn't for me, was it?
No, that's
Okay.
not. That was he was
Okay.
making a face about something else.
Okay, cool.
I'm curious, like if it's a bracketed. Is it
It's
something
not
I can
bracketed,
download?
no.
Oh, okay.
We're more simple than
We're
that.
a simple kind of folk over here.
See, I was hoping the show notes page I'd be like, here's the link to Teresa and Jenny Lynn's downloadable like rating system.
PDF.
Oh, well, we can move. We can put it in that direction, I guess. Okay, so we have. Explain our rating system.
All right, it's kind of easy. So we thought, what can we do that would be a little bit different? We didn't want to do a star system. Everybody has, 1 star, 3 stars, whatever, and snaps have been done. So what
Thumbs
could
up,
we do?
thumbs
Thumbs
down.
up, thumbs down. So instead,
I'm
we
going to
decided
show. You tell, and I'll show.
we were going to have a smiley face and a frowny face system. So we're going to be reviewing this restaurant in different categories, and as we discuss each category at the end, depending on what our overall feeling is in that area, you may see a frowny face or you may see a happy face.
It's like Stickly's
and they're
surfer
on,
cousin.
cute.
They're on spatulas. So we each have a set. So Tess will give her evaluation, I'll give mine, and then when we get to the very end, we'll give the big, wow, you're getting musical now. That's exciting. When we get to the end, we'll give you our overall.
Did you guys make
opinion.
those?
I surely did.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you bought them somewhere. That's cute.
No, I totally just sat in my van an hour before the,
The
show
glue
started.
hasn't dried.
I may still be. I may actually still be a little high from the
Originally, we were
smell
gonna
of
use
rubber
these.
cement.
These little ones, but we came up with something better. So here we are.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So with that, we'll start with Yard House. A few facts about Yard House. First, it's a Darden restaurant.
Which I did not know.
It's a what?
Darden.
It's a Darden restaurant. Darden is a
Conglomerate corporation.
It's a corporation that owns a group of restaurants. So they're the ones that run Red Lobster, Seasons 52,
Are they Olive
Garden, the Eddie V's that's down here. I feel like I'm missing some.
Oh, there's a bunch, but
But
This one surprised me.
Capital Grill is another one.
this one surprised me. I didn't know it was a Darden.
Apparently Yard House is a Darden restaurant, which actually automatically right off the bat speaks well for it. I've worked for Darden, and they run the restaurants pretty much like a well-oiled machine. So, if that means anything to you, just be aware.
And they're all over the country.
They are. However, this Yard House is the only one here in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
And they describe it as a modern public house, which I thought that was interesting, talking about combining a knowledge of brews and food. And they do it in this very energetic, welcoming space. Their big thing that they like to talk about is they have 131 draft beers. It's a lot of draft beers.
And Jenny Lynn tried them all.
It was out for a good time. You see the happy face?
They did have, and it was, that's a lot of beer
Yes, it is.
to maintain. So.
I think we even have a picture of that. Nope, we do not.
No.
Not at the moment. We might get into that later. Okay, so
It's okay.
I guess the first thing we wanted to talk about was our experience with the parking.
The parking. Like we said, it's on iDrive. Traffic is crazy. I pulled up to the front of the restaurant. They do have valet parking, and which I declined. The guy pointed me in the direction of a parking garage, which I found very easily. Oh, look, there we are.
See, we were having so much fun already.
It's like your face is getting ready to blow off. So anyway, so I found the parking garage, pulled in. There was no charge for parking, which I was happy about.
Was this the new parking garage? Like is this the one that was built for like the Orlando
Yes,
Eye and the whatever?
yes.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, and interestingly enough, and this kind of relates and kind of doesn't, right by the parking garage was a shuttle stop where apparently there was a shuttle that can pick you up to go to Legoland.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you can
right
park
there.
on International
Wow.
Drive and catch a shuttle bus to head out to Legoland.
That's like an hour
I
drive
know.
from there.
Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah.
It's like going off to summer camp right there. But what I found interesting about the parking garage is when I pulled in, it was 6:30, almost on the dot when I pulled in. there were no lights on in the garage. It was like pitch.
It was like the black hole.
It was like the black hole.
You couldn't really
And I
see where
parked
you
and
were
I thought,
driving.
oh, this does not feel safe. Even though I knew it was still daylight outside, it was dark in there. So I was a little fearful about coming back afterwards, thinking we're going to have to try to find my car in the pitch black. But they had lights when we got back. It was all well lit. So, but no, parking was convenient, I think. Don't you think it was convenient?
No, I actually had I had a different opinion.
Ooh.
I like the simplistic. Hold on, that comes later.
Oh, sorry.
Don't rush it. Don't rush it. I like the simplistic approach where you park by the building that you're entering. So, when I pull up and plus I get, I don't know if I get anxiety easily or what, but I pull up and then it's like you get hit with valet and it's like, well, I don't want to pay the money for valet. Is there another option?
Okay, did you go through that option, though? Did you pull in front of the building and ask and go past the valet guy?
I saw the valet people and then I just tried to avoid them.
Well, how did
and
you
ran
end up
past
on the
them.
other side of the parking garage?
See,
than I
this is
did?
what I'm trying to say.
Because
I don't really know.
I pulled in and you saw where I came out. It was right there by the restaurant.
Yeah, I don't know.
You came from the other side of the world.
Apparently I did, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. I didn't have a smooth experience. I didn't want a valet. I had to kind of go around a weird way somehow to get to the parking garage. I did end up in the parking garage. It was a black hole of darkness, which was kind of scary and creepy. And but then
Yet
I
somehow
parked.
comforting. Go ahead.
Then I parked and ended up on a completely strange side of the parking garage building and was very disoriented. So I wasn't feeling like the parking was really that great of a situation. So my rating of the parking is I'm going with the frowny face.
No, I'm going with the smiley. I liked it.
What was it that you talk about the black hole? What was
Well,
it
other
you
than the
liked?
black hole, which redeemed itself when the lights came on and all was revealed, I liked the fact that it was close. I liked the fact that I didn't have to look for a parking spot. The valet dude with the Rasta hair just pointed at the building. I said, oh, that pretty building over there? He said, yes. I pulled in. I mean, you saw how closely I parked.
I know. And I don't know where I ended up. I ended up like
And then I
in
call you and I
Guam.
say, where are you? And you're like, I'm in the parking garage. I'm like, no, you're not.
I'm near the parking garage.
And I come out and you're just like, I'm standing by the bowling alley. I'm like, there's no bowling alley here.
There was.
So, and then here she comes walking down the street
3 blocks
3
away.
blocks away. So I don't know. It's a hit or miss, maybe.
Maybe.
You know what you're doing.
Which I admit that I
Then
do not
you
always
get there.
know what I'm doing. All right,
All
the
right,
next
so-
thing we wanted to evaluate on was its appearance and the atmosphere. So I'll let you start.
All right, appearance, large building. Once again, it was slightly dark and moody inside. I think during the daytime it would be different. There's a picture, yeah.
There's lots of windows everywhere, so I would think, during
Daytime
the
it would
day,
be, yeah.
You'd have a lot more.
But our
light coming
table,
in.
at one point, a spotlight came on over me.
Did it look like the heavens had opened up and it was all shining down on you?
And you were
I
like
was
sitting in
expecting-
darkness.
I was expecting the angels to begin singing
Come and sweep me
hallelujahs.
away. Taken right to heaven right there in the yard house. Okay, so it was a little noisy for me. It was a little loud. I like the industrial feel.
Yes, it did have a very industrial feel. Everything was tiles and stainless steel and
Open ceilings, very open.
Yeah, very open. You see the pipes and.
But that led to the
stuff,
noisiness of it all.
True, there was a
wasn't
lot of echoing.
Right, there wasn't a lot of soft things
Nothing was absorbing that.
nothing
sound.
was absorbing the sound, right?
And
except-
there's flat screen TVs everywhere, so you've got that added noise in addition to the customers and music.
Yeah,
on
there was
top of
music.
that-
There was music on top of it. So it was all right. Yeah, you wouldn't go there for a quiet date.
No,
You wouldn't go there. I mean, there were families in there. You could take families in there and not worry about your children being overly loud, I think.
Oh, absolutely. It was definitely very family friendly. Your kids are not going to bother anyone in this restaurant. Oh, something I liked. I liked the feel just from the second that you walk in. It's this big, large waiting area. So when you're trying to get to the hostess desk, you don't have that initial feeling
Right,
trying to push through
yeah.
to get there. There's room for everyone. There's this beautiful fountain in the lobby.
It was almost like it was a little hotel lobby or something.
Yeah,
That's what it
did.
seemed like.
It felt that maybe that's why
It was
I
like a
just said
check-in
lobby.
desk, and it was very nice.
It
yeah.
was very, and the hostesses were really great. And then you, like you said, you walk in. It's a little bit dark. Definitely feels industrial, but a very open feel, noisy. And then they have this kitchen that's not open, but it's visible at the same time through these slats in the wall. And it was kind of cool. Whereas
Are
everything,
we in the same restaurant? What slats are you talking about? I thought it seemed really open.
we do have that picture, don't we?
I don't know what you're discussing.
We're
The kitchen.
discussing the kitchen.
No?
With
Okay.
okay. We'll discover it later. Anyway, didn't you see the kitchen?
I did.
And it's got the bright light that came out from behind.
Is,
the-
wait, is this the kitchen?
That's the kitchen.
That's the
Oh, I
kitchen.
thought those
Oh.
were.
Those are people.
We thought those
But
were
the
liquor
kitchen
bottles.
is behind it, so that's where I'm saying it's not an open kitchen, but it's a visible kitchen.
Okay. It's visible. All right. I see the slats you're speaking of. Slats to me go the other way, but that's cool.
Okay.
All right.
So anyway, I liked it. I liked the energetic feel of it.
I did. I liked it.
It was cool. I thought it was kind of like
It was
my
fun.
speed.
Yeah, it was cool. It was relaxed. How about cleanliness?
Wait, we didn't rate it.
What did we read?
Appearance and atmosphere. Do you give it a frowny face or a smiley face?
Oh.
I didn't spend all day making these things for nothing.
Oh. I gave this a smiley face.
I give it a smiley face too. All right, 2 smiley faces.
2 smiley faces.
Okay.
All right. Cleanliness. Couldn't tell. It's too dark.
I wouldn't have cared.
My table seemed
know.
clean. The table was clean.
The
I didn't
seats-
set anything gooey.
Right, exactly.
The floors seemed clean. It all just seemed very clean to me. I didn't use the
Maybe-
restroom.
Maybe that's why they have the lights
Yeah.
down low.
Maybe. It's a different look, when the lights are up. but-
Ladies, if you're looking for a place to go where you don't have to worry about the lighting,
Really?
this
Oh,
is
good idea.
what you're looking for. So,
Yeah, you will look good in here. Or they will never know if you don't. Okay, so that's
so
the
cleanliness,
appearance. Cleanliness. Kid
Smiley
friendly.
face.
Okay, kid friendly.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We kind of hit on that a little bit. We didn't bring our children, but there were plenty
As
of
we
them.
never do.
But there were plenty of them in there, and they seemed to be having a great time. And I saw that at the hostess desk when they greet the children, they take to the table coloring sheets and crayons. So they're ready for kids and trying to
So it's kid friendly.
keep
Good.
them happy and all that stuff. And I think that there's probably enough foods that a kid
Oh yeah,
would
there was plenty of
enjoy.
choices. Yeah.
So yeah.
So smiley for the
Smiling
kid.
faces.
All right, seating options.
They had a few,
They had a few. There was the outside patio.
which looked really nice.
It did had giant fans.
That looked like the wings of a jet plane.
Right. It was huge. It was huge. They had booths, high tops, and the bar. Right.
You could sit at the counter at the bar. So you got 4 different
if you
options.
were alone and didn't want to.
We asked for a booth, and they were very accommodating and let us have one.
Booth
There
was huge.
Plenty of room at the booth.
Yes, it was huge.
I almost felt swallowed up by it. It was.
You did
really-
look swallowed up on your side. I filled mine out rather nicely. All right, so seating arrangements.
I feel like that. There's plenty different options.
Yeah.
Outside, inside, high tops, booths, counters, whatever. I guess the one thing that they were lacking was just the regular normal table, unless
See,
you
I
went
thought I
outside
saw
to
it.
the patio.
I thought I saw him, but you walked around. I didn't. So
I'm pretty sure that they
Okay.
didn't have it. But I like the seating options. I'm going to give
Me too.
Smiley face.
smiley face, smiley face.
Okay.
All right, dress code.
Casual to business casual, folks. It was kind of all kinds.
all over the place.
That's probably expected from a tourist place on iDrive. You're going to have the ones coming in with cargo shorts and flip flops, and then there were some that were dressed very nicely.
Came right out of work or going
khakis and
somewhere.
polos,
yeah.
and women in nice slacks, and you didn't see anybody coming in with like cut off shorts or bathing
But
suits.
I think
or
that
anything
area
like that.
lends to you're not going to have someone coming in after feeding
No.
the sheep and in their cutoffs and their plaid.
No, you're definitely in, businessman territory with the
Right.
conventions and
Yeah.
everything that go on around there. So you're going to see casual to business casual, but you're not going to feel uncomfortable showing up in jeans and a t-shirt.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah.
No. All right, so
I
that's
think, and that's my
dress code.
That's
smiling.
my vibe right there. I like that.
Wi-Fi friendly.
Yes
Can I
and no.
pull up my little
Right.
frowny man for that one?
Yeah, we can tell you right now, they get a frowny face for Wi-Fi friendly.
Yeah.
They supposedly had Wi-Fi. I actually logged into it, and it showed up on my phone with all the bars. You're on their Wi-Fi. And yet, I couldn't send out a single thing on my phone every time I tried to post pictures on Instagram and posts and tweets because, this is what
She
we're
went
doing.
outside.
Letting everyone know this is what we're doing, what's coming up this week. And I had to physically walk outside of the building in order to get some kind of signal.
Now, I started out, I had a good signal at the table, and I was like doing whatever I had to do, checking emails and all that stuff. And then
Then you must have
as
sucked it all up.
as soon as you told me, because I was using, I think, 4G, whatever the heck I got. And then as soon as you said they had Wi-Fi, and I switched to Wi-Fi,
Nothing.
man, it was gone.
Yeah.
So
So yes, they have Wi-Fi, but no, it doesn't work.
It's
And
not
they get
happy.
They get a frowny face, especially for me on that one. Menu options.
menu options, goodness gracious, it goes on forever. They have several categories: snacks, appetizers, starters, and soups, salads, entree salads. What else?
House favorites: pizza, sandwiches, Gardein items. For those of you that don't know what Gardein is, that is a vegan protein substitute made from soy, wheat, pea proteins, vegetables, and ancient grains. Apparently they're
proteins.
ancient. You can't have
Ancient.
fresh new grains.
No, the
That would
ancient
be
ones are
bad.
better for you.
I guess so. So there's lots of menu options using Gardein. They have grilled burgers, steaks and ribs, seafood, street tacos.
Street tacos, right off the street,
As opposed to
Taco Bell, I guess.
I
I don't
guess
know.
so.
And desserts. Had some good desserts.
yes, lots of options.
Lots of options
For everyone. I would say that they get
Oh
a
yeah,
happy face
menu
for-
was a big one.
yeah, it was a huge menu.
It was almost
It was a little overwhelming.
It was
and
intimidating. Yeah, a little bit there for when I first sat down. I thought because she had us two menus, the food menu and then the drink menu, which was a whole nother set of, with all the beers and the wines and all the options. That was kind of, how would you ever pick?
It took us a long time.
It did, but we powered through that.
It was rough for a little bit.
All right,
there.
special diet accommodations.
Yes. Okay. So they do accommodate certain special diets, and they have quite a number of items that you can pick through that are vegetarian or vegan. And then also they have low calorie options, things that are under 600 calories each. And, they have different options for portion sizes. So you can order an entree and you can pick from two different sizes of that entree.
Two different pricing, which I liked.
Two different prices and two different sizes.
Because that leads you to, and on the one item, just touch briefly on it, the one item that I ordered the smaller option. Mm-hmm. And it was huge.
Yes.
It was huge. I
Yeah.
can't imagine going with the bigger one. It would have been like, there's no way.
The thing that I also really liked about this was that everything was very clearly indicated on the menu. Vegetarian or vegan items had a V. The under 600 calories were indicated with a U. And then obviously the portion sizes were
I thought that
indicated by
meant
a
you don't
difference.
want this.
Because that is what people put on their menus.
You don't want this because it's low calorie.
Anyway, that makes it very easy for someone who is trying to navigate a menu with dietary restrictions. It's always a frustration when you go into a restaurant and then, it becomes inconvenient when you have to talk to the server who might have to then talk to the chef who then has to come back with you. And if what they have to say doesn't work, then you have to go back and start all over again.
Right.
Here's something where it's all laid out from the beginning and it makes it a much easier process.
It's cool.
So as far as I'm concerned, special dietary accommodations, smiles.
Smiles.
Yep.
All right, so let's talk about the food. No, we're talking about service. Service is next, right?
Yep.
What was our server's name? She was sweet. Frances, Dorothy. Might have
wasn't
been
memorable
Mildred.
to me.
I can't remember. Anyway,
Children. Bethesda,
she was very nice. She was very informative. Any question we asked, she had the answer for.
Yes, she was very friendly. And
But
I don't know. She just kind of, she was very on top of some things, and then she wasn't on top of other things. It didn't seem like.
Yeah.
I had a drink refill before I could even blink. She was
my
on
drink
that.
never got refilled.
Oh, she just liked me better then.
It's because you were ordering something she liked. And our first, you got your soup first, and
I
then
got
nothing came forever.
It didn't. it didn't come in the right order. We had ordered appetizers, then we kind of ordered like a middle thing. I ordered a soup.
Right. We had a little variety of things.
And then we had entrees, and then we had desserts. My soup came before the appetizers.
Your soup came way before
way
anything.
before
Like,
everything.
way before. We're talking
Yeah.
like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then when the appetizers came, they were cold.
Right. And you had to ask about it.
I remember. I said something to you. I said, "Wow, this is a long wait."
Right.
And then when it showed up, and I went to pick it up, I'm like, "Okay,
It
well, this
was
is cold."
not. Yeah, it was not warm. So I think we were forgotten somewhere along the way.
Right.
Which it's a busy place. That's understandable. But when you're paying enough money like that,
Right.
you do not want your onion
And I'm
rings
not one
to
to
come
send my
out
food back
lukewarm.
unless
I'm not either.
I'm just,
You just
I always
do
just
it.
fear they're going to spit on my food or something. So I just, unless it's something I just totally can't eat, I'm not going to do
But
it.
she was very friendly.
She was sweet,
Um,
but average.
I would say average. It was average. It wasn't memorable service.
Oh, you're breaking my heart now.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to hurt her feelings.
Well, let's hope she doesn't watch. I'm just trying to be honest.
Okay, so-
it was average service. There wasn't anything that I could say that was exceptional about our experience service wise.
Okay, so what are you going to give her?
Geez, I don't know. Is there one with
Can I
like
give her like a half a
smirk?
smile?
I think like I need a smirky one.
I need it. Here, I made.
I'll have to go
smirky.
back to the van and make another one.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Serve it. All right. I'm gonna.
Food.
Okay. It wasn't a bad one. I'll give a smiley face.
No, it wasn't horrible.
It wasn't
It was
bad service, but it just wasn't exceptional service. Okay. Food wise.
Food wise, what'd you have? We ordered a lot of food because
We
we wanted
did.
we wanted to have a little variety from different parts of the menu just to see a little sampling. So what did you start out with? What'd
Well,
you
I
have?
started out with the grilled artichoke, which was. Which also came with roasted garlic aioli, and then these potato chips.
Took a hidden Mickey with chips on his face.
It was an interesting experience. Let me just tell you, folks, I loved these potato chips. I don't know that I've ever been in love with potato chips as much as I love
Really?
these potato chips. They tasted like real potatoes and not like over processed. I don't know. I don't have anything to compare it to. I've
Okay,
never
well, it wasn't
had
potato
chips
chips
like
with
this.
artichoke. It was artichoke with potato chips on the side. What'd you think of the artichoke?
The artichoke was a little challenging for me, but I don't feel like that was the fault of the restaurant.
No, that was the fault of.
I did not know how to eat an artichoke, so there was a little bit of drama surrounding that.
Did you eat a whole leaf?
Oh yeah, no, she chewed it and chewed it. She couldn't
I
chew it
did.
anymore.
I put the whole thing in my mouth and was chewing and
I
chewing.
had an experience like that.
chewing and chewing.
Eli bought them once and made them, and I've only ever had like spinach and artichoke dip or whatever. And
Right.
you see artichoke hearts or whatever. You're supposed to. And I think Julie and Julia had just come out in the theater or something like that, so we were trying to be fancy. And you're supposed to just pick the leaf and eat the end or whatever. Like,
Well,
This is what I learned,
was
but I
chewing
learned
it like
too
gum.
late. I was chewing this forever, and these fibers were in my mouth, and no matter how much I masticated, I couldn't handle it. So I eventually had this little pile of masticated
Cud. I like to
fibers or cud sitting on my side plate. Well, there was nothing else to be done about it. I couldn't
No.
swallow that.
Okay.
And we had to get the server to come over.
You start out with a tomato bisque, though. Is what you start out with.
I did because that came first,
That
although
came
it
first,
wasn't
yeah.
supposed to. The tomato bisque soup was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was so good. I could have had a
didn't
much.
share, yeah.
No, I did not share. I would have had a much larger bowl of that
Yeah.
and been quite content. The artichoke actually was good too. Once I had
Once you got the technique down.
the technique down, the server had to come back and she showed me how to eat it, and then I was very happy. But yeah, it was all good on all accounts, except for, as you said, it seemed like the artichoke potato chip thing was not. I don't know. I just expected it to be a little bit more warm. It just seemed like
Okay.
it'd been sitting there a while.
Right. Okay.
And you
I start out with the onion ring tower, which a lot of restaurants have now. You got to stack them up high. And so it looked like I expected it to look.
It was cute. I liked
It was
the presentation.
cute. Presentation
lot.
was cute. It was cold. it was chilly when it got to the table. The dips were both good.
Had it been hot, those onion rings would have been fantastic.
They were really good.
The batter was great.
Yeah, it was good later on at home.
You got the two little choices of your sauces on the side, which were
Chipotle buttermilk and buttermilk ranch, or there's two different ranches. One had chipotle and one was buttermilk. So
Yeah.
they were both good. Mm-hmm. And then as another little appetizer, I got the vampire taco, which she said was kind of a...
we had to get it. Just
We had to
because of
get
the
it. Yeah, it
name.
was a vampire taco. And what it was cheese crusted tortilla, and it was like fried, and then brought back out, and inside was like bacon and bacon chorizo, chipotle, guacamole, cilantro, or some other cheeses in there or something. It would have been absolutely awesome if it had been hot.
I would have sent this, like, because you guys, these are two foods in a row that
Well, they all came out together.
I never eat onion rings cold because that's disgusting. Like,
Yeah.
those have to be hot and crispy, or you can't get through the onion.
Well,
And
they
then
weren't cold. They were just warm.
Right.
no.
It wasn't cold. It was
That's a bummer.
It was a bummer. But the
just wasn't
the vampire
hot.
taco I thought was really good. Mm-hmm. And you can get that as in a meal, or just I ordered just a la carte because I just wanted to try because it was a vampire taco. I had to try it.
of the things that you've explained so far. Which would you recommend the most
Oh, the vampire taco.
over everything
Yeah,
else?
the onion rings. You can get a stack of onion rings anywhere. Mm-hmm. You know, you go to Red Robin, go to anywhere,
Yeah.
and they're stacking them high like that. And oh, look at the presentation. You know, they need to, do a different presentation. I'm getting tired of this tower of onion rings. So I would recommend the vampire taco for sure.
Okay. All right.
And they had a lot of different tacos. A lot of
They
different
did.
taco choices.
all from the street.
All from the street. I got them. I mean, let me see. Where's the taco list here? Street tacos: grilled Korean beef short rib, blackened swordfish, grilled Korean pork belly, chicken tinga, Baja fish, and the vampire taco, and a few others. So, and you can get them a la carte for like $4.95 to $6.50, or with a meal for like double that, which comes with like rice and pinto beans and stuff. So, I thought it was a good option.
Pretty good. And for your entree,
What did you get? Did you talk about your entree?
I didn't. I mean, I can. I was gonna
Okay,
let
what did
you
I get
go.
for an entree? I got I got the black truffle cheeseburger, which was really good.
It looked intense.
It was really good. It had a onion jam on it, and which I thought was interesting. House made truffle cheese. How does one make truffle cheese in house? I'm not sure, but that was the selling point for me.
Did it work?
It was very good.
It was successful.
It was very successful.
Did it have like a unique taste? Like, would you say this is a unique burger to have?
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't your normal bacon cheeseburger.
Cool.
And then I also ordered the mac and cheese just to see, and I ordered the smaller portion of that. That came in two portions. I ordered the smaller one, and that had chicken, bacon, wild mushrooms, cheddar, parmesan, and truffle oil in that.
That was divine.
That was really good, and my family enjoyed that when I took it home too,
Mm-hmm.
because we just tasted that there. We really didn't
Yeah.
dig in and eat it or anything.
Tess did share, and I was able to take a bite of that.
I
And
did
it
share.
actually reminded me of the mac and cheese that they serve at the France kiosk at the Food and Wine Festival, for those of you that are familiar. It was
Okay.
excellent.
It was good. What'd you have as you had a pizza or something, didn't you?
I had the Gardein barbecue chicken pizza. So what that means is it was a vegetarian pizza. The meat, quote unquote meat on it, was a vegan meat substitute. It was a really fantastic pizza.
Was it? It looked good.
Yes, it was really great. Everything was just cooked well. The dough of this pizza was fantastic. I mean, I took it home. My children aren't crazy about vegan food, but they gobbled this up. So
Did you tell them it was not chicken?
No,
You didn't?
no, and they were. It was gone within minutes. It was gone. So anyway, yeah, it was really good. And again, that's a vegetarian option. So did I have anything else? Well, we had dessert.
Dessert was my favorite, personally. I would sit there and eat a couple more of what I had. I had the salted caramel butterscotch pudding. And it came in a little cup with whipped cream, chocolate cookie crumbles, and sea salt. And it was a little dish of heaven, as far as I was concerned. I'd let you try one little bite.
One bite. That was all I got.
Sorry.
that was it.
It was good. It was a nice ending to you know.
It was. I
was good.
had the mini trio sampler, which had a little sample of their lemon souffle cake, chocolate souffle cake, and it's supposed to come with peach apple cobbler. They ran out of it that particular evening, so I had 2 lemon souffle cakes, which was fine with me because it was amazing.
Was it? Was good.
Oh, so good. The chocolate souffle cake was a little bit rich.
It was
a little
very
bit
rich. I did
dense.
try that, yeah.
I could only take a bite of that, and then I just went back to the lemon souffle cake because the chocolate was too much. But again, still good, great. So what would you rate the food at?
Okay, I'm going to overlook the fact that some things came to the table cold because I think that was a fluke. Because if that
That's-
happens all the time, they would not be in business.
Right.
I'm thinking it was a fluke. So the food for me, plus, we haven't even talked about the ability to take leftovers home and how it is the next day.
We're getting there.
Is it on there?
Is it? Is
No,
it
it's not. It's not on there, so I'm bringing
Okay.
that up right now.
Do it.
I took home half the burger and and all of the fries that came with that. I took home most of the macaroni and cheese. I was going to take home that little couple bite of taco, but it didn't get in the thing. And then I took home some onion rings. The onion rings reheated and were excellent the next day. The burger, my husband he said it was an excellent burger. French fries, never saw them. I'm assuming they were good. They heated them up in the oven. And the macaroni and cheese was almost dead on, the same as it was that night. So it was very good.
Okay, so leftover potential is a smiley face.
It's a smiley.
Food is in
Food is a
general
smiley, yeah,
face.
for me.
I'm going to give it a smiley face as well because I feel like the temperature of the food is more of a service issue than a food issue. Also, I enjoyed everything I ate, including the artichoke. Once I figured that out, leftover potential wise, everything was great. The stuff that I brought home to my kids, it was gone, and
That night? Did they eat it that night? Or was it the next day?
They ate it later that evening.
Okay.
But, it was later that evening. The only thing that didn't translate very well leftover-wise was the artichoke. Apparently, grilled artichoke is not easily used as leftovers.
Safe.
Yeah, it's not easily saved. But anyway, regardless, the rest of it was good. They loved the desserts. They loved the pizza. So happy face for me, food-wise. All right, price?
Price, mine was just over $50 before tip.
And mine was around $41, $42
Okay, which would be
before
about
tip.
right. I had 2 entrees.
We had a huge amount of food.
We had a huge amount of food.
We
Did
got,
you have drinks? Were they, like,
just soda.
alcoholic?
We
Just
didn't,
soda.
We
No,
didn't
we
have
didn't
any
drink.
cocktails. Not only that, but we had such large portions that we took a lot of it home.
So there was another meal there.
While we were stuffed, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Oh, I
like
didn't
we
walk
were
away hungry.
Yeah,
No, I
we
didn't
were
walk
not
away hungry.
purposefully holding back.
No.
So I would say it's reasonable for what
It's
you're
reasonable. I mean, the pricing on things, you can get something for $4.95 for a taco, all the way up to in the 30s for a steak, I think. They do have lunch specials. They do have a kids menu. They've just got a little snack section where you can just get guacamole or deviled eggs or just something simple to munch on. Oh, wow, I didn't see this. Crispy Brussels sprouts and ripped potatoes.
We might be going
We
back.
might be going back. Little things to nosh on while you're drinking, a little after work, So I think they had an amazing choice. And the price is not bad.
It's not outrageous.
No,
The
it's not.
prices are not outrageous. I mean, you're not going to be going in there and getting Shoney's prices, but it's reasonable. So, bathrooms. I believe I was the only one that
I
went
did
in
not
it.
make a trek through the bathroom.
Okay.
What was it like?
It continued with the industrial feel. It was very clean. It was spotless.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. There was no paper anywhere. Like everything was clean and in its place. I had no squeamish feelings
Toilet
walking
seat
in.
looked good?
Yeah, there were no
always
odd
my worry.
smells. So I mean, bathrooms definitely get a smiling face from me.
All those people you had an empty bathroom? Or did you have
Yeah.
to wait for an empty bathroom?
No, there was nobody in there at the time when I walked
Okay.
in, or I wouldn't have taken the photo.
That's what I'm thinking of. Gosh, you just waiting there. Okay.
But that was good. It's nice when you can walk into a bathroom without you immediately feel squeamish.
Worst bathroom, and that
Right,
would be horrible.
exactly.
Okay.
The last thing that we wanted to categorize this or rate this in was accessibility to other attractions. I would say extremely.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's right in the heart of I-Drive.
Once you have parked your vehicle or gotten off the local transportation or whatever, you can walk to quite a bit. Mm-hmm. As far as your little legs will carry you, because there's, I was going to say something, but I can't use that word. There's crap to do everywhere.
Right. And then you get to be one of those pedestrians
Right.
that's driving everybody else crazy.
Dodging traffic.
So the point being, if you're looking to pair dinner with some kind of other activity, this is an excellent place to do it.
And this is sitting almost directly at the base of the eye, the Orlando Eye.
Yes,
Just
it is.
right across the little street. I mean, it is right there.
Yep.
You can see it out the window.
Which will be opening on May 4th.
May 4th, yeah.
And along with that being the Madame Tussauds.
Madame Tussauds.
Is it Tussauds? I always say it wrong. Dustin got mad at me last time.
Tussauds.
And the Sea Life Aquarium right
yep.
there. And then all other kinds of things right around it, which we'll be talking about in just a second. But overall, how do you feel about Yard House? Does it get the smiling spatula or the frowning
I would
spatula?
go back. I'm going to give it a little
Yeah.
smile.
Okay.
I would go back. Yeah, I would. Would you?
Yes, absolutely. We're going to have to go back to Yard
But
House.
here's the. I don't want to say here's the deal because I'm not ready to say here's the deal yet.
Don't cue the...
He was ready. No, actually, you know what? Here's the deal. Go ahead. Here's the deal.
Good work, Craig.
There are so many places on iDrive. Wow, this. I didn't plan that segue, but
Look
that's
at
so
that
awesome. Oh my god, that was so
smooth segue. Let's
Okay, let's
pay attention to this
okay.
moment here. That was awesome.
There are so many other places to go. What? I thought I lost an eye on my little man.
She's really kidding.
Why would you go back? I mean, I want to go back, but there's so many other places to try.
That is true.
It's overwhelming, the number of places.
Yes. So we obviously here in Orlando, the big thing is the theme parks, but iDrive is a huge
Mecca
area. It's like the mecca of minor attractions.
Yeah, it's getting bigger.
It is. They're developing. More things are coming. We're going to touch on all of that right now. Sorry, I just got excited for a second. And we'll be...
That kind of scared me. Almost threatening.
No, but there is so much to do, and I think that a lot of people that are, from out of town don't realize that there is a bigger thing to experience.
Well, when I first moved to Orlando and I first happened upon iDrive by accident, I was trying to find something and I don't even know what I was looking for. Pete sent me out to do something and I ended up going down iDrive. My first thought was, oh my God, I got to get out of this area because it's just touristy. It's just like too much going on, and it kind of freaked me, And that was my thinking. Why would I ever come back to this area? This is all because I'm thinking Disney. I'm thinking Universal, and here I am looking at Ripley's and this other stuff which I hadn't even thought about at that point. But now there is so much to do.
Right.
Once you look at if you don't look at the giant picture is overwhelming. You got to break it down, I think, into individual places.
Which we can do right now. As far as what's there are so many things that we're not going to be able to talk about them all today. And most likely we will continue as we go through this show. iDrive is going to be a main thing that Tess and I continually hit because there is a lot to cover. And as we mentioned before, lots of more is coming.
Where is iDrive? Let's talk about where it is. It runs along I-4, kind of starting down below SeaWorld, right? And meandering up along and ending up by Universal, right? And that generally where iDrive is, right?
Yeah.
And it goes past a convention center, the giant convention center. It goes past numerous hotels and resorts. It goes past apartment buildings. It goes past anything you can imagine.
You can find it on iDrive.
You can pretty much find it there.
And it's easily accessible. It's a kind of a pain to drive, but easily accessible.
Right.
It is there. It's not hard to get to.
How did you get to from where you were coming from?
Well, I live near there, so
You didn't have to get on an
wow,
interstate or
look
anything.
at we are being fancy. We got maps and everything. Check out this guy. We just went high tech. Anyway, how did I get there?
That was impressive.
I live very close to the corner of International Drive and Sand Lake Road, where Restaurant Row is.
So you just weaved through city traffic to get there.
City traffic.
No.
Well,
Dr. Phillips.
it wasn't. You weren't on any major interstates.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
not at all. Well, I live right in that area, so it's not a problem for me.
Well, for
but
me,
it's-
I came from work, but I would have come this way either way if I came from my house. I came straight down the beach line and got off at Universal Boulevard, I believe, and where at that part of iDrive, when you get on down there. It's not quite as
It's the like convention center side.
right.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit calmer. At least it was when I go through that.
Yeah, it's the Sand Lake and further down that gets.
It gets crazy.
Yeah.
So I kind of eased into it.
Yeah.
And so there's different ways to, if you're coming from the parks, it's easy access. Like you said, it's easy to get there. So
Right. And there's lots to do. So some of the things that you can find there's a wide variety of stuff. They've got the Orlando Improv Comedy Club, Whirly Dome, which is this big building where you can play a game called Whirly Ball, which is a combination of basketball and bumper cars. There's laser tag, Titanic, the Artifact Exhibition.
because I want to relive that.
Point Orlando is its own little thing.
It's a mall.
It's like a mall with different types of minor attractions in it, restaurants, shopping opportunities. That's there. You've got the Ripley's
Opportunities.
Believe It or Not Auditorium, which is that little museum of weirdness. King's Bowling, which is kind of like upscale bowling. It's online with Splitsville.
Was that the one that was next to where you were coming from?
Yes, the one I was trying
With
to.
all
I'm
the
next to
glittery and-
Yep, lots of sparkles.
It was very
It's
glittery.
your type of bowling.
Yeah, love it.
Then they've got, a few different dinner shows. Sluice. There's the Pirate Adventure dinner show. Rhino already mentioned the movie theaters.
There's a CSI experience there. I was
Yes,
reading. That's kind of
yes,
bizarre.
Yes.
And there's
Helicopter charters.
helicopter charters. There's a indoor trampoline arena.
There's a. Oh, well, you said the laser tag place is fairly new. There's 2 laser tag places there. The Hard Knocks just opened, or not just opened. Look, within
It's
last
been
year.
open, yeah, in
Okay.
Point Orlando. So yeah, and then dining. They've got everything
Dining is crazy.
from McDonald's to
I don't think I can. I got to put my reading specs on. Well, maybe that's not even going to help. Unbelievable amounts of dining from McDonald's, which is the one with that giant.
like the
The
largest.
world's largest play place, I think.
Yeah,
is
it's
what
always on Travel Channel. Looking, look how special that is. And then there's other things: Outback, Olive Garden, basic stuff that you would think Popeyes, Red Robin. But then there's some specialty ones too. Tutu Dango. Have you ever been there? I've been there a couple times.
No, I
That's
haven't.
nice.
cute. I like
Yeah.
it. You can get gator bites there.
Yeah.
Little alligator
I love
bites.
the
and they-
atmosphere.
Great
It's
sangria. It's all
little smaller.
tapas. Yeah.
Right. So
little
you've got
small.
McDonald's all the way up to like high-end dining and then accommodations.
Accommodations are all over the place.
Yeah, it's from Days Inn to the Castle Hotel.
Which is amazing. Cocoa Key, I've stayed there. There's a little water park
Has
within
its
there.
own. That's like its own little mini
Yeah.
water park resort thing.
And there's a little backstory to that, I believe, if I remember correctly. Oh gosh, I can't, guys, my reading glasses on. I think that's where Walt stayed. It was the hotel was originally where he stayed when he came to speculate about Walt Disney World or something.
Interesting. I did not
Yeah.
know that. Well, they've also got new
Walter,
stuff
maybe it was Roy or
that's just opened up there. They've got the iDrive NASCAR that's just opened
Yeah.
up. Some kind of like crazy go-kart experience. Artagon Orlando. That's its own little mall with over 165 I can't even say the word artisanal.
Artisanal?
Right, you go. Those kinds
That place
of shops.
is cool. It's the Festival Bay remodeled. They tore down all the walls from all the stores, so it's just a one building now, basically.
And it's
With, like-
shopping?
well, it's like there's stores on the outer rim of the mall, but then the inside they're all gates and they're all like their own little not patios, little kiosks. So like you can go. So there's like these lines. So there's like 20 things in like one row. It's like a flea market, but better.
Do that again?
I don't
These
know.
lines?
Little lines here. I got my Michael Jackson Thriller vinyl record there, the 1982 print of it for $10.
Oh,
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a
So-
deal.
That is
I
And
was
there's really
looking
good
at-
pizza there.
I was looking at the shopping list, and some of the things on this that I printed off. Did you read this? Shopping, 7-Eleven, ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. I mean, some of these things are obviously just not
So
really
we have
shopping.
mundane to the really spectacular.
Wawa,
Isn't it?
Walgreens.
Have you guys heard about Hash House a Go Go?
Yes.
That place is pretty awesome.
Haven't been there, but I've heard. Good
I like the
things
name.
about
That's
it.
a one I think that's one that you should visit for the show maybe because it's
Okay.
there's only one. The other one is in Las Vegas or something like that. So it's tucked away in a weird part of iDrive, but it's just this cool little.
There's
Well, we
another
noticed
really
a lot of
cool
little
thing.
shops down by 360, down where we were eating in that area.
Yeah, and
that we're
and
opening up.
There's more things that will be opening up. The one thing that's I guess new is in like maybe the last year or two. They have the -5 degrees ice bar where everything in that bar is 100% made of ice. sounds like my worst nightmare, but it might be fun for somebody
Chili.
else.
Chili.
Right, exactly.
I think it sounds. Oh wow! Where's
Then
the
Fun
smiley?
Spot? Fun Spot just added Air
I like
Raid.
the ice bar. Fun spot. Yeah.
They just added Air Raid, so that's a new attraction where apparently you can go and experience what it's like to fly in an acrobatic airplane.
And they're putting gators in Fun Spot too, right?
That's coming.
coming.
That hasn't happened yet.
I cannot even fathom going to Fun Spot. I know Dustin wants us to go, but
We're gonna
That
go.
hash house is actually, it's like Fun Spot's right here.
a
Hash house
hash
is right
house?
here. Hash house to go go. That's what it's called.
that okay.
That's
It's like a
the name of
breakfast.
the-
They have breakfast all the time too, but it's not just breakfast.
Oh,
but
that kind of hash.
You know what else we're gonna need to do? This is new there. Escapology.
I'm old. Remember? Is what?
Escapology.
What's that?
It's this thing where you
Your hand
go-
is freezing cold.
Always. I belong
like
in
the
the
touch of
minus
death.
5 degrees ice bar. I'm the walking version of
You
it.
are the ice queen. Go ahead.
Escapology is this new experience where you can go and it's like you're locked
They
in a
lock
room.
you in a room, yeah.
And you have to do a lot of problem solving in order to figure out how to leave, how to escape. So your
Are
team.
you by yourself?
No, you're in a team. You're in a group.
Do people you know?
I hope so, but I'm not sure. We should try it sometime. So that's
Are
what's
there
new.
beds in the room? I mean, how long are you in
could
that
be
room?
taking a nap, or
I don't know. I just want to know what kind of room I'm going to be in. Is there seating?
I think
tell
you have
what,
an hour.
We'll research it more, and then we'll head out there for it. But anyway, so those are some of the things that are new.
That
But
doesn't
there's even
sound
more
fun.
coming.
Oh, am I supposed to read that? What's coming?
Well, the big one that we've just talked about.
Oh, the Eye. Yeah, the Orlando Eye.
Orlando
We're
Eye.
doing that, right?
I hope so. It's opening May 4th.
It's opening May 4th.
Well, you were reading about it just the other day. To
I
me.
was, yeah. I mean, the pricing on that doesn't sound too bad. I
This
think it was
wheel
like 24.
rotates so that you are so high up, you're supposed to be able to see every single point
Here
in
it is.
Orlando by the time you're at the top.
This is bizarre. 400-foot view of the area, equipped with 36,600-pound capsules. Each capsule will hold 15 people, reaching a maximum wheel capacity of 450 people.
These capsules are serious business. We saw them.
The wheel will continuously load and unload passengers as it rotates. It sounds kind of slow.
Yes, of course it is, because you're paying a decent amount,
So you get one turnaround?
one rotation. But I think
It's a 20-minute
I
experience.
was going to say it's a 20-minute rotation, and you get piped-in music, right? Is that what it said?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like a little mini party as you go around a Ferris wheel or something.
But does it? I've never been on an eye before, so it's you're going around. But does the car
swing back
swing
and forth?
too, or is it stationary?
It's just like the one in England.
I know, but I've not been on
It's
that.
not like thrill ride. It's just an enjoyable.
So the car doesn't swing as it rotates.
No, I don't think the
Okay.
idea isn't trying to make you get up, woohoo! Nothing like that.
Screaming as you're going from one side of the car to another.
No. All right. Also coming is the Orlando Crossings International Drive. That's going to be a complex with over 15 stores and restaurants, as well as a post office, full service concierge, and a money exchange. And then, as you mentioned, gators are coming to Fun Spot.
Gators are coming to Fun Spot.
I'm going to tell you really quick to back up. I was reading what you were saying. This is a stabilized driven capsule that gives you a really smooth experience on the way around, so it doesn't feel like you're at 400 feet, that you're swinging around in midair. That's what the official website said. It also says the Orlando Eye is the first wheel to ever use such a system, combined with some like ski lift capsule design or something like that.
Well, it's definitely supposed to be a big stinking deal.
It's in the
always
top
on the
10
news.
of largest Ferris wheels. It was like the original height was like number 2 or number 3, but then it went down 25 feet, so it's like 6 or 7. I couldn't
It went
find
down
that.
25 feet?
It was originally supposed to be 25
Is it
feet taller.
sinking? Why did they make it shorter? Was it
Hurricanes,
mechanical
weather?
issues? Why
No,
should-
no, I think it was just
Probably some
revised
kinds of
design.
regulations or something.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, sorry.
No, thank you.
All right. Well, also coming to Point Orlando is Blue Martini, which is a chain restaurant that their big deal is they have 42 signature martinis, and they're going to have an expansive patio that overlooks International Drive.
I'm sad about that because it's the one in Millennia is the one that's moving there, I think.
Oh, it's moving?
Yeah, a lady told me
There's always
forever.
a radio there on Friday night radio show or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a real great happy hour, if anybody.
It's a
Well,
fun
now you have
place.
to go to iDrive to do
Yeah, I know. Bummer. I live across from the mall.
that. From Millennia, do you?
Like right down the street. I could almost walk there.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
All right, we got a couple more things that are coming to cover.
Now everybody knows where I
Bring it
live.
back.
I know.
Bring it
We
back in.
pinned you in, yeah.
Okay. Also, they've got Lafayette's Music Room is also coming to Point Orlando. That's
Musical influence of New Orleans, Austin, Nashville, and Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
And a New Orleans-inspired menu.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That we need to do with Corey or Julie.
I was going to say, that has the Martins written
so
all
they can
over
tear
it.
it apart or,
And one
make it-
more. Ida Benna. That's an interesting name,
speakeasy-style fine dining.
which sounds fun to me. A speakeasy
Yeah.
place? Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm
but
all
it's
on board for a
supposed to have like
speakeasy.
a southern feel to it,
Little
though.
saloon
so
girl will go there.
Southern
Classic southern
cuisine.
feel and a piano bar.
Piano bar.
Will
right?
it be rated evenings? Like speakeasies used to be rated because of
Oh,
prohibition.
true.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
I'm not really sure. We'll have to find out. It's up and coming. And
Up and coming.
for those of you that want to do a few of these things,
They have a hot combo pass, which offers 4 attractions on the combo pass available to 4 iDrive attractions. The pass is good for visits to CSI The Experience, Titanic, the Artifact Exhibition, Ripley's, and Wonderworks. And adult tickets are $74.99 plus tax for all 4 attractions. Children's ages 3 to 12 at $54.99. Saves customers more than $12 when compared to individual adult ticket purchases on all 4 attractions. So,
it sounds like a decent deal to me.
yeah, if you want to do more than one thing, and I think there's a little bit there. CSI's, all the modern, older kids will like that. I think I would like that. Titanic
Wonderworks
pulls everybody
is a
in.
very, very family-friendly experience.
And Ripley's Auditorium, or whatever they want to call it. Yeah. That's always good,
So hopefully we've given you guys a bit of an overview of iDrive. As we mentioned before, we'll be talking about this one a lot, coming back to it often.
Yeah, I think so. Lots to do on iDrive. We'll definitely be heading back a few times to check it out and ride the big eye.
Yeah, yeah. So
Look at the eye. You on board for the eye, guys? Yeah?
No,
we can fit 15
I'm afraid of
people
heights.
in the capsule.
Well, I am too.
I've never been on a Ferris wheel.
But we'll be there. It's not a Ferris wheel.
Whatever.
It's just a big...
We'll see how many
Enclosed
drinks it
room.
takes to
You
get
can
up there.
see us help Rhino overcome his fear of heights.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all
I
right.
understand
I've been
because
on
I
an
have
airplane.
things I'm scared of too. You'll never see me do, so,
Well, stay tuned for all the drama. We're going to see you again next week.
Next week, if I get my taxes done. Next week's the 15th.
Oh, yeah.
I will not be here if my taxes are not done, so
And with
we'll
that,
see.
trip out.
How do you do it? How do you eat the artichoke? How do you eat the artichoke? Are you supposed to eat the whole thing?
Yeah, you peel the leaf here. She's not able to swallow.
Oh.
So you don't eat the edge?
You don't need the.
That would be that little pile of crap, right?
What that gonna look is like you get one of the leaf on your mouth and just like.
Okay.
All right, do it right now.
Eating the artichoke. Take 2. Wait, do I eat this part?